If many of you do not know, I wish to become a teacher. Now, this semester is going to be my last one. That is, if I do pass my classes, which I'm pretty sure I will. I don't mean to be cocky, but I do hope that I'm able to pass my classes. At the same time, during the fall semester, I will be applying for my teaching credential program at my university. Now, the reason why I want to be a teacher is because I'm a firm believer that if you want to see change in anything, teaching, police, whatever, that you have to be the one to set the example. I don't wait. I don't wait for the government to come in and change things. I'm a firm believer that if you wanna see change, be that change. Lead by example. Now, the reason why I wanted to become a teacher more than anything is not because I like to teach, right? Because again, I think teaching is a very valuable thing. However, I am also very disappointed with what the teaching profession has become, because now it's all about indoctrinating students about left wing propaganda, which is very ridiculous. And not to mention, a lot of these public schools are teaching students what to think rather than how to think for themselves. And not to mention, like, the problem with public schools is that they try to teach students how to memorize things when in reality memorization isn't really intelligence. It's a completely different thing. Well, at the same time too, as well, when it comes to my teaching preparation courses, because I do have to take prerequisite courses in order to be admitted into the program, you'd be surprised how many times I get very nasty glares when the students in my class find out that I am against teacher tenure. Now, the problem that I have with many of these bad teachers is because many of these teachers who do have tenure, they only care about the paycheck. They don't care about bettering the lives of their students. They only care to show up, do the minimum, and get paid. And the problem is you can't fire them because they have seniority and they're protected by the teachers union. Now, like I said, I get very nasty glares when I speak out against tenure, because I believe that if we got rid of tenure, all those horrible teachers, they will be gone in an instant, or they will be motivated to actually care about their students and actually improve their teaching methods. Because you'd be surprised. You'd be surprised how many times in high school there were teachers that had like those smart boards and in those fancy tech things, because our school got a lot of funding. Like I think it was my sophomore year of high school. Our school got a lot of funding. We literally got a huge investment in terms of tech. And you'd be surprised how many of those teachers did not even use it. They literally didn't. They literally refused to use it. They say, "Well, the old school way is better." And I think, like, yeah, no, man, that is why your class is boring. But like I said, I guarantee you that if we got rid of tenure, a lot of those teachers that are sticking to the old school method, they would either get fired for poor performance, or they would literally just start changing their tune in a second. Trust me. But at the same time, I'm also against the teachers union. Like I said before, I get very nasty glares from my classmates when I say I'm against the teaching union, because as much as the unions did good in the past, I believe that many unions have become corrupt. They only care about about making money through dues and stuff like that. But at the same time, though, the teachers union in general, I'm very disappointed in it, because it's clear that they only care about the betterment of the teachers rather than the students they're supposed to teach. At least the teachers that are supposed to be teaching the students. And here's why. Now, apparently the public schools in an LA district, they refuse to open up. Now, what happens is that a lot of these students, a lot of these kids in public schools, they can't go back. They can't go back to school because the government has deemed them, you know, unsafe, to say that. And that's a term that I'm using with a grain of salt. Now, the government has deemed these schools unsafe, therefore students have to take class online. The problem is many of these students do not have access to the internet. Now, a lot of them do, but it's very hard because students in general, when they're at home, they don't care about doing schoolwork. I mean, when I come home, I don't want to think about school. Now, obviously, I have to think of schoolwork, but learning from your house is very, very hard because you have a lot of distractions. There's a lot of things going on. Like, you'd be surprised. Like, there were many instances in my online classes when on the last semester, when we just literally just transitioned to online courses. You'd be surprised how lazy I got when I started learning from home. Like, you'd be surprised. Like, when we were having that Zoom meeting, all I would do was just Zoom. Like, I would just mute my mic on Zoom, because I mean, I already read the text. I already know what it's talking about, but I didn't want to get involved because I thought it was useless. So I just show up to class, mute my mic, and I would literally just be making popcorn. In the meanwhile, I'll be listening to what the teacher's saying, but I wasn't really paying attention because I'm thinking to myself, well, I'm home. I can just make food. I can watch TV. I mean, I already did the work, right? And that's what makes it hard. Now, the reason why I'm talking about the teachers union in general is because the teachers union, like I said, this goes to show you. that the teachers union don't care about kids. They don't care about the kids in public schools. You want to know why? Because seeing how a lot of kids in public schools, their performance is going down, it's decreasing. Well, they don't want to reopen schools until they shut down charter schools. And the left hates charter schools because they do not because the left likes to view public schools as the best option, right? Well, public schools, they don't want the teachers union doesn't want to open public schools because they want to shut down charter schools. At the same time, they also want police defunded, and honestly, I don't even know what that has to do with teaching. But let's see what they have to say. A major teachers union in LA in LA says that the district can't reopen schools until there is a moratorium on charter schools, until police are defunded, until there is Medicare for all, until there's a wealth tax and a federal bailout too. And yes, it actually is. That's actually what they're demanding. This is why I'm not very fond of unions nowadays, because they only care about themselves. They only care about the betterment of their union, not the people they're supposed to represent. That is why when teachers such as this, who are part of the union, they want better salaries, but they don't want to, but they don't want to improve their teaching method. They don't want to get fired, so they get tenure. This is the problem that I have. And this is the problem with a lot of these unions, is that they care more about the teachers than they care about the students. And that's what happens. So this school is willing to basically take away their students' rights. You know, and I thought education was a right. That's what Bernie Sanders says, education is a right. This union is willing to jeopardize the rights of these kids to an education until their competition gets shut down completely, and until their social justice demands are met, which I think is very unnecessary. But again, it just goes to show you how selfish these unions really are. Those are all the terms set by the United Teachers LA, a 35,000 member union in LA, in the LA Unified School District, according to a policy paper released this week and first reported by Just the News. It's time to take a stand against Trump's dangerous anti-science agenda that puts the lives of our members, our students, and our families at risk, said UTLA President Cecily Miart Cruz, I think you pronounce it. We all want to physically open schools and be back with our students, but lives hang in the balance. Safety has to be the priority. We need to get this right for our communities. Okay, well, if you want to open up, why don't you? Why do you have to wait for your competition to be shut down by the government? Why do you have to wait for police to be defunded? If you care about your students, like you say, lives hang in the balance, why must you get rid of your competition? See, this is the problem with the union. That's the problem that I have with the current teaching union in California and in general as well. That is why I'm against tenure. That is why I'm against the teachers union in California, right? Because they don't care about the students. They will say, well, think of the children. Well, we're not going to do anything for the children until our competition is closed down. That's disgusting, to be honest with you. And as a future teacher, I'm honestly embarrassed for anyone. And it turns out these people, these 35,000 people who are in this union, shame on you, because it's clear that you care more about yourselves than giving a better life, or at least a better chance for your students to succeed. You don't care about your students. You say you care about teaching, care about your students. Yeah, the fact that you want to shut down charter schools kind of shows you that you don't really care about those students. You care about those going to your public schools. If you really think you can do the better job, that's why it's called competition. Under capitalism, competition is key. And under socialism, there is no competition. The government determines what you need to get, what school you need to go to, what product you need to buy. When there's no competition, there's no incentive to get better. That's why public schools right now are actually in a very panic stage, because charter schools are becoming more popular. Parents are getting sick of sending their students to failing schools with teachers that don't really give an S about their students. They only care about getting their paycheck and doing the bare minimum for their job, not going above and beyond. Meanwhile, charter schools, they're sending them over there. Even though some of them might have to pay or something, to some degree, they can get vouchers, right? Even though charter schools are a little bit more pricey, as long as the students are getting a good education, that's all the parents care about. They do. You'd be surprised. That's the problem with the teachers union. I'm utterly disgusted that they're doing this right now. They refuse to open. They're denying their students a right to an education because they want the competition gone. They're basically holding their students hostage in order to shut down, charter schools, have their police defunded, and all these other social justice BS. So, if anyone's watching this, and I tell you right now, if you're watching this and you're a teacher and you're part of a union that does trash like this, that literally does scummy behavior like this, I do not like you, because it's clear that you care more about yourself than actually caring for your students and giving them a better chance at succeeding in life. So to the members of these union, to the members of the UTLA, shame on you. If you're a member of this union, UTLA, you should be ashamed of yourself. Stop being a teacher and do something else. Because it's clear that you don't care about your students. You only care about showing up to school and then doing the bare minimum and not caring about and not caring whether or not your students learn. Shame on you. If you're a teacher who just does that BS, shows up to work, does the bare minimum, resign right now. Because there's teachers out there like myself who want to teach because we want to teach and we want to increase our students' chances of becoming someone better in life. That's someone like me. So if you're one of those people who wants to improve your students' lives, if you're one of those upcoming teachers who wants to teach because you want to improve people's lives, chant the same message as me. Tell these teachers who are doing the bare minimum just for the check, tell them to step down and leave their job. Because it's clear they don't care. It's clear they don't care. If you want change, be that change. Be like me. If you're sick of teachers not giving an S about your kids' education, have someone encourage people. Hey, be a teacher. Be a teacher. Care about the students. Be that change, just like I want to be that change. If you guys like this video, hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, share the video, helps out a lot, and I'll see you guys in a bit in regards to the status of my state in regards to the COVID-19 situation. I'll see you guys in a bit.